Right, so I've got Jill's Mini. It's got a bit of a leak. You can see it's definitely leaking. Still been dripping on the cover. You can also see the cover's absolutely mildered. Right, so there's one cable tie in it there, which is probably just to be fixing up there. It's knackered, it's probably missing, rotted away. But the cover's broken here. So, and it's actually split all the way. So you can see where that happened. So that hole there, so whatever's punctured through there. So possibly what's happened is these have maybe been hit or something, because these are all wet. But if we look further up, you can see that pipe behind the dipstick tube there is wet, and if you look at that union up there, it's very, very wet up there. So, and that does look like a kind of plastic housing, so we'll need to look above that and see if there's anything wet above there. Last time we seen the vehicle, it had a fuel leak, which is all good now, so we fixed that last time. I think it was just the filter was rotting off it, I can't remember exactly. But so the coolant issue is probably going to be that little piece up there. Customer's probably going to want the car back, but I don't recommend it, not when it's like that. So we'll stick that cover back on with a couple of screws and we'll put the ramp down and see what's going on there. But I definitely recommend having a new cover on it, because that one's is broken now too much. They're broken here, and that bit's just split off. So if these wee screws go, likelihood is that'll come off. And we can see one's already missing out of there, and I had real difficulty getting that one out. So you can see they're just little plates, just little kind of tabs they put in there, and it just kind of the screw tightens onto it. So probably need new ones of those as well. But we'll get it done and we'll see what's going on up there. Hey guys, so you can see it's all kind of smashed there, and you can see she's fairly all dripping away. We've left it running here for a wee while. I think it's got to be something to do with that Y piece there. As soon as we move the boost hose, see it? It's flying at it, so I wonder if it's chaffed on the boost hose. So I'll need to speak to the customer now, because I'm going to need to get this car into a corner and strip it down. So there's just, I can't strip it here and kill that ramp, because the rest of them are all killed. So in the parts it's going to be a couple of day order. So there you go guys, thanks for watching. Hit that big thumb, hit that subscribe button, have yourselves a great old day, okay? Guys, welcome back. It's the Mini, it's the big Mini, it's the big Countryman Mini, and she's leaking. So customer says it sealed itself again. I says normally they don't do that. Normally if they're leaking, they're just leaking. So I had a wee look, took the cover off, and we could see right away that's all smashed, right? But we could see it's soaking. So when we looked up at that little Y piece, which is just up there, there was a little drip of water on it. Moved this out the road to try and see, and look, as soon as you touch that, so probably the plastic Y piece there, which, speaking to Harry Fairburns, which is BMW, it comes as part of a coolant hose, so we need to look and see exactly how much labour's involved in it. It's maybe a heater matrix hose that then runs with that plastic piece on it to join the rest to everything else. So there you go. Hit the big thumb, hit the subscribe, have yourselves a great old day, okay? Right, so big Mini started stripping it. So we've got the airbox off, engine cover, obviously we left that cover off for underneath. Right, we might need to take, I don't know actually, I'm hoping we can get, I can only see 2 of the bolts but on the filter body. So I'm not sure how we're going to do it, maybe a bit more involved than what I thought. So underneath there's a Y piece. My battery's too low for flash, so hold on. Right, so I've got my torch, so this is the intake, right? This is sucking the air in to the turbo. Sucks that in, then goes down through the intercooler, through this pipe, and back into your engine. So it goes down through the intercooler, back up into that inlet manifold there to give you boost pressure. So it's soaking with oil, but so it's absolutely soaked with oil. So I don't know what this causes, obviously in here to stop any big bits of crap getting through. It's a good idea, but it's absolutely soaked in oil. And if you look at that pipe there as well, right, which you can see is all wet. See the corrugated pipe, right? So that's obviously been leaking for quite a while for it to be like that. If we watch this here, you'll see it's actually broken. See it? So that PCV valve here on that rocker cover is going to need changed, I'd imagine, as well as this bit of pipe, so we need to see about that. So it's obviously been happening for a long time because it's soaked. So now obviously this is the turbo, there shouldn't the intake for the turbo, so there should not be any oil in here, but if this PCV valve is blowing oil through the engine, basically out the top of the rocker cover and into there, then that might be the case. It'd be very unusual for oil to get up there other than that, to be honest with you. So we'll need to see now what's involved in getting this off, because underneath there is that little plastic Y piece. You can just see it just here, and it's quite tight against that housing there, so if we can see if we can get this off somehow. See, you can see another bolt there for it. But there's one kind of hiding somewhere, so we'll need to see if we can get that throttle body moved and see what's going on. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Unfortunately, I've noticed another leak on this, and I'll need to report that to the customer as well, because this could be an expensive one when it goes. Not sure what that is actually. Something's not right there. See that? That's suspicious. That big blob of silicone or something. Okey-doke. Anyway, down there, obviously it is wetter because of our thingy coolant leak. You can see there's a big plastic cap there. I think that plastic cap on this engine is to get the timing chain tensioner, possibly. The timing chain is on this side of this engine, so if anything ever goes wrong with it, it's an engine out, unfortunately. So, and with this being the Countryman, if it's a 4-wheel drive, it is a mammoth job. I don't know if this is a 4-wheel drive, I need to double check, but you can get this mod on a 4-wheel drive, and honest to God, it is a bit of a strip down that, like, to do the timing chain on that. So yeah, see the BMW badges on it. Right, we'll need to figure out how to get that off then. So thanks for watching. I'll need to let the customer about the wee sweat on the timing case. So yeah, it's not good. Guys, welcome back. We're back on the big Countryman. So the Mini S Countryman, well, we had a bucket underneath this, and obviously no more fluid had ran out it. It was very warm over the weekend, obviously heat, everything expands in the heat, so pushed the coolant out, so unfortunately missed the bucket. See, I missed the bucket a little bit. That's why we get the cardboard down. So what you need off, right, is you need these pipes out the road. There's one underneath there, and then there's a clip underneath there which this goes into, I believe anyway. There's what you can't really see, so there's one there and there's one there, so I assume there was something that was clipped into. Once I got this slackened, managed to get it moved out of there. There's one onto there, there's one buried away down there as well. You can see we managed to get it off. That one down there goes into in there, and there's one that goes up to here as well. So the new pipes have just came in there, so just started stripping it off. So thankfully we're on the first van. So, and I was speaking to the lady on the phone. You can see this pipe here is just broken, and you can see it's been broken for a long time. It's obviously been spraying a bit out there. So whether or not that is why this has got oil in it, I'm not sure. And we can see on the intake as well, it's certainly oily in there. That's oil. You know, it shouldn't have oil in there, to be honest. That's your intake, that's sucking air in for the compressor or turbo to charge back through this network of pipe up the boost hose, which is there and into there. Now there was oil ran out the boost hose, and you can see there's oil in the boost hose as well. So either turbo's bypassing a bit much, or there's something wrong with the breather system on the engine. No reports of any faults on the car or on coolant leak. And speaking to the customer, I did just say, look, don't be alarmed, you know, I'm just alerting you that there is something I can see, maybe an issue in the future. So I was just alerting them basically that, you know, car could be fine, this might go for years and no have any issues there, but I can see there's definitely oil in the intake, which isn't right for me. So we're going to get our snap-on special tool, which is good for getting these clamps when you can't, you know, it's awkward to get in there. Plus this clamps it and locks it, so it makes it a bit easier. So we'll crack on. We've got the BMW grip pipes there in the bag to come to BMW, and you can see it's this bit here that's broken. But look, it looks right to me. I'm not going to take it out of the bag yet. It looks right. Certainly looks right. The bag's not sealed, so it certainly looks right to me. And we have the right coolant there. So you need the right coolant in these BMW cars. So you can see the little BMW badge there. So I believe this one is broken there. So that is on the car like that. That's that hose that you can see at the back with the clamp on it. That's the one onto the EGR cooler. That one goes to the bottle, and that one's over to, I think maybe it's the thermostat housing or something like that. But in there where it clipped in, we just give it a little clean, we give it a little blast to the airline just to confirm that's where the leak was, and woof, like a geyser. To be honest, as soon as I touched this, moved the boost pipe away from it, it started leaking out it. So we'll crack on, get the rest of it removed and just make sure that's the right pipe. If you haven't already, hit the big thumb guys, hit that subscribe button, it's free of charge for you guys. Just lets YouTube know you like all this crap BMW stuff, and that's Audi quality. Right, definitely looks like that is the correct Amundo pipe. Pipes, plural. So you would think they would just sell you the Y piece, you know, and put all these bits on it. But that's how it comes the whole thing, come in that bag. So, brake cleaner. I had it. What to do with it? Right, so this is what we did, we're giving this a little brake clean in here, and then give it a little blow with the pipe, and it just, like a geyser. It was like a geyser, so let's see, is this bit split or something? Was it cracked? What's going on? And if it's just rubbed right through it there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get it set up here. Certainly looks that way. Oh aye, look. So look at the plastic. Just shows you. So it's just been sitting in there rubbing away. And I did ask this question. So there you go. So that little bit there. Okay, doc. So this will probably happen again in the future. Right, it sits in there. So it locks into that throttle body there. Oh jeez, that falling off me. So you see that little prong. And I did ask the question on the phone, you know, for me, that must be a common thing, I says to the guy, and he went, no. I says, it looks to me like that would happen again. And I believe it would. So personally, I think what they should maybe do is wrap a little bit of tape around there, so I think that's what I'll do. Just to make sure it doesn't happen again and get a bit of extra protection. Wait, you see this? Right, bit of linen tape, and that'll give it some water protection, obviously. I mean, I'm not sure what age the car is, but it's taken a few years for it to do that, but still, that should make it last a little bit longer now, and it'll still fit in there perfectly. I've not wrapped hundreds around it, it's just one loop around it. Yeah, it would cost that. Right, so we'll get this pipe fitted in. We'll get the BMW long life coolant in it. Ran up to temp, make sure there's no more issues. We will need to get the vehicle back probably to get that bit of pipe for the air intake, which is for the crankcase ventilation system. So we will make sure everything's okay with the coolant side of things first before we look into that. And to be honest, we were back and forward with parts, you know, because I'm thinking we're looking for this bit, and the guy's saying no, it's all this you need, and I'm saying, well, it's really hard to tell what all of this looks like when it's buried in there. So we sent him some pictures and says nah, has to be that. So we said right, go for it, send it out, and if it's wrong then we'll send it back. But thankfully the guy at Harry Fairburn, which is Arnold Clark, was right. So most of our parts come from there, to be honest with you. Not Harry Fairburns, but through Arnold Clark and Dingo, to be honest with you. So there you go guys, thanks for watching. Hit the big thumb, hit that subscribe down there, have yourselves a great old Monday. Right, so we got that one on there using the special tool. Get that back in its position, which is underneath there. That's it. I'm going to put a cable tie or something around that as well, just to get a bit extra. You can see there's a bleed nipple there for bleeding the coolant, and then there is one which we'll make sure I've got routed the right way underneath here. So it's probably going to come over that one. Yeah, that makes more sense. And onto there. There we go. So that one down there, we've got one that will come up to the coolant bottle for here. Look at that other one. Just getting it buried in here. Right. Right, currently got my arm stuck in the bin engine bay. Not good. Right, so I did properly get my arm stuck in there. That was a Crystal May's job to get that back out, I tell you. Right, so got that difficult one on the driver's side of the engine, if you like. So that one up there, and the clip's in, and you can see that's back in there now, in that plastic housing. And I've put that fabric tape in that fitted in that bother. So if BMW had did that long time ago, this car wouldn't be here right now. So, I mean, come on, they would never have known that could have happened, eh? These engineers, eh? So nah, BMW's a good cars, to be honest with you guys. Big 720, 730D, waiting on some springs, some suspension arms, so BMW will be back here tomorrow with that stuff. So you can see then, we've not got much to go. We need to fit the coolant bottle back in, check all connections, we need to put our boost hose back on. You see that's all the dust I swept up for taking that subframe off that, so we need to clean that up. You can see that's broken there, right, so it's broken there, and it's broken there. Now, the pipes were cheaper than this, so this on its own is £186 plus the VAT. So we'll see if we can do a little repair job on it, because that's astronomical, man, isn't it? £186 plus the VAT. So another 20% on top of that for UK tax. So we will crack on now. We'll get this Mini back down, and we'll get the rest of the pipes hooked up. We'll get the boost hose back on it. The air intake box, we may just sit that back in with the wire for the airflow meter, so as we can get into that coolant bleeder, and we'll get the long life BMW coolant in it as well. Should be good to go, hopefully. Right guys, pipes on the bottle down underneath there. That we will clip back in, because we're obviously going to be into this bleed nipple here. The EGR cooler pipe is on, that one is under there. I do believe there is something that I have back into, because it isn't really moving about, but I will put a cable tie around it anyway, just for extra safety. The one down there's on, and obviously you've seen that's clipped back in there. This bit here, the crankcase driver, we will get a price for that once we make sure everything's all good here. And then we'll just maybe recommend replacing that, carrying it out of service, running the vehicle for a couple of months and bringing it back to be checked intake and see what's going on. It's obviously something that's happening very slowly. It's not a massive failure, I don't think. If you look after it, it made the long life of it. So it's certainly got a lot of carbon in the intake. Nah, I know the customer, and I don't think they're doing very long journeys in it at all, so I think a lot of stop-start journeys. So personally for me, if you're doing short journeys, diesels aren't the best idea, to be honest with you. The diesels, they're for these things, so going from here to Munich, you know what I mean, that's what you're wanting, you know, Autobahn Muncher. If you're really just doing about the doors, schools, shopping, the diesel cars, they're not really suitable, to be honest with you. So we'll crack on, we'll get the rest of this done, we'll do a repair on that cover, and we'll report back once we've got it all running, guys. We'll get the boost hose there as well to put back on, and then really we can get it running. Nice, so our boost pipe is back on, the coolant is topped up, so we shall start her up now and let it come up to temp. You can see we've got the airbox just plugged in there just now. We'll let it come up to temp, we'll check the levels, we need to bleed the system as well, and then run it and just make sure everything's okay. The lady was asking about aircon as well, so we'll need to look into the aircon as well in it. So this is what happens when it gets very hot. This is when people start asking about the aircon. So we'll crack on here, we'll get the rest of the coolant in it, make sure it's all tickety-boo. Right, so that's the big Mini all fired up. Now I did mention to the customer as well, there is a sweat on the timing casing, which is a concern. Now this vehicle's sat here since Friday afternoon, and I've just started it up there, and honestly the noise off the chain, you know, for a minute there, maybe 30 seconds, was absolutely horrific. You think you can actually still hear it? So the timing chain's down this side of the engine. On these, you can see there's coolant, a wee bit of coolant down there. I have had this open, this bleed nipple, so you see we've got coolant in there. So we'll let it all run up to temp before we put all this back on. We'll just make sure the pipes are good, the level's fine, all that kind of jazz. We will then let the vehicle cool back down and just check that it's got the right oil level in it. and then we'll speak to the customer. That was really noisy. Now they can rattle a bit, and it has sat over the weekend, so all the oil would have fell basically back down to the sump. So timing chain tensioner on these, it's fed with oil, same with most. But that's a giveaway how good it's been serviced, eh? So look at how black that air filter is. Jesus, man. Yeah, that's not been changed in a long time, so it just shows you how well the vehicle's been looked after. So I'll speak to the customer about this one later on. I'll give my top and swap on it and see what they say basically. I mean, the car's running fine, no reported issues anything else. There's just a couple of wee niggling issues that I've spotted on it. Tyre pressure light, we can live with that, we'll correct that. It's probably the tyre pressures have went down a wee bit, or there's maybe a fault there. So we'll run this vehicle up to temp, we'll do a repair on this thing, because £186 plus the that's a bit expensive, isn't it? Now if it was completely knackered, whereas I thought I couldn't fix it, I would just say, like, you need to replace it, but we'll have a go at repairing this. So there you go guys, thanks for watching the big mini Countryman. Well, we've all seen that pipe, wherever it's went, there it's there, so there was a hole in it. So just there's a hole, so you know, pretty confident the leak's going to be fixed anyway. So we'll just report these other issues to the customer and see what they want to do. So we will come back and just confirm everything's all good with the car, but it seems to be. So thanks for watching guys, eh? Right, there you go, cooling system's all bled. A wee strap on there, a wee strap on there, and a wee strap on there. And I had to put, there was a fixing missing out of there. It's broke off up there as well, but that shall do it. So all the rest of them are there, other than that one and the one that's broken. So that should do it. Coolant's all bled. So aye, all good in the hood. Thanks for watching guys. Haven't already, hit the thumb, hit the subscribe. Have a great day. Yeah, let's see how the timing chain sounds on this one now that it's sat. It's sat here for about 2:30. It's now nearly 7 PM I think. I'm doing some of my own stuff, my own projects. You can hear it, eh? And that's not even after it's sat for 4 days. So definitely a concern. Coolant issue should be taken care of, but that rattling sound is definitely a concern. What can happen is when the motor's starting up, it's not got tension in the chain. You can hear it's not got tension in the chain, it's rattling. So what can happen is it can jump the timing and start up, and then unfortunately it's an engine out job and rebuilding it. So I have heard of these going wrong, these minis, to be honest with you. I did see one come apart one time. To be honest with you, that one didn't need to come apart, that was a misdiagnosis right by somebody else, but we'll not talk about that, we'll not shame them. But anyway, I did see one come apart, and yeah, it was a bit of a strip down. That one was a 4-wheel drive one, mind you, but it was a bit of a strip down. So there you go guys, thanks for watching. The coolant issue is all taken care of on it. Not sure why the back brake light actually staying on. Oh, I just had one click still, so that was my bad. But yeah, the coolant issue is all taken care of, but I'll speak to the customer about that timing chain noise and see what they want to do. So thanks for watching guys, have yourselves a great old day.